Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am absolutely delighted to say that the fabulous Deborah at Wild Unfiltered has tagged me to do a video. I've got the windows open firstly, so big caveat. Apologies if there's background noise, but as usual people like to shout as they walk past my house. Not much I can do about that. Believe me, there's more I would like to do. Fabulous Jewish Couture tagged Deb, and then Deborah tagged me, so thank you. And I watched Deborah's video on this. If you haven't already, check it out. There's some great eye candy and it's great to hear her thoughts. As I was watching the video, I was going through in my own mind, what would my choice be? So I've come up with this quite quickly, but I think with these sorts of tags, so this is a Handbag Tag 25, all about designer bags. I think with these tags, it's great to go with your instinct. So that's what I've done. So the first category, I've got my phone here in case I forget, because it's been a very hot day. Had a fabulous day at Denby's Wine Vineyard today. Wonderful. So firstly, the first category, number one, is your most used handbag. There's going to be no surprises here. Me and God knows how many other people. Here it is. Deb had a different one, but slightly different. Here is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size. You can see from my patina there, this bag is fairly old. This handbag has been used and used and used. I've used it to go to the Tesco shop. I've used it to go to the office. I've used it on the beach. I've used it as a travel bag and shoved it under the seats. Gently shoved, it's me. And this bag, apart from a bit of a patina and the tiniest bit of wear to some of the vachetta leather there, apart from that, it pretty much is like new. And it's been not babied, obviously looked after because it's in my collection, but not babied, not like I would with the box leather Kelly. So fantastic bag and easily my most used. However, when I was thinking about that, I had a very close runner up, and also in thinking about this, I've also taken into account how long I've had my bags for as well. So yes, I've had that bag for a long time, but I'm consistently using it currently as well. It's not just that I used it a lot 5 years ago and now haven't, and I've had it 10 years, you know, it's not that. But an up and coming handbag to competition of that would be my Monogram Nano Speedy. But also, this is a bit of a spoiler alert because I'm doing videos out of order. This little baby, which, how good does this look against my green dress? Just saying. Unfortunately, I think it's sold out now, Marks and Spencer's, but linen mix. But the greens look fabulous. And my husband got me that for our 20th wedding anniversary. How cute is that? He knows me so well. So this particular Nano Speedy, for how long I've had her, like a week, has already been out pretty much every time I've been out. So this could well be an up and running. I love, like I said, I love my Monogram Nano Speedy, which is why I justified another Nano Speedy, and that's Murakami, so I mean, Murakami knows what's going to happen. So brilliant bag, and also no vachetta leather, black canvas, so I'm not worrying about colour transfer, I'm not worrying about rain. Fabulous. I like the silver hardware, a bit of an edge, got a little chunky necklace to go with it, which I've got in the Monica Vineyard sale. If you didn't check out my link on Instagram, you missed out. So fabulous. Least used. And I'm going to show you, I mean, least used. I have a fairly large handbag collection, and I don't lead a glamorous life. So none of my bags are significantly used. The Neverfull's like, you know, probably the most used, but even that's not out on a daily basis, not even a weekly basis. Often the dog walking bag is, which is could probably do with a wash. But so all of my bags are, you know, used fairly infrequently, but they are used. I do buy bags to use them. But I thought, taking into account how long I've had this one for, you can probably hear what it is. Can you hear what it is? It's this one. This absolutely stunning mini Lady Dior in the colour Denim Ombre in a laugh snake, which is a water snake. So it doesn't need CITES, but it is an exotic. How stunning. It's got a slight dent there. I don't know how that's happened. But how stunning is this bag? And this bag I bought in Paris, where I first met Deborah at Wild Unfiltered in person, which is fabulous. And it was love at first sight. This was just stunning. I couldn't get no Hermes appointment, and I just saw this and went, sod it, it's beautiful. I honestly walked in, I was with Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet, and she said to me, oh, you're having a moment, aren't you? I was like, yes, I am having a moment. Don't wear it. Jingly jangly. I think the last time I wore this, I think was probably with you, Deborah. It's this beautiful, stunning bag. It's probably more of an event bag. It's got this gorgeous blue suede on the interior. It does take my phone. I can put phone and a bit of makeup and, you know, like essentials for going out. I think maybe this is not used due to lifestyle, really. So, I don't know. This may be coming to a departure lounge at some point. I've been thinking about it for a while, but then I look and go, oh, she's just so pretty. So anyway, that I would say is least used. And again, I've had her a number of years, so she's been around long enough to be used a bit more than the 2 occasions she has. So that's the next one. Now the third category, took a little bit of thought. So never used. What have I never used? And bearing in mind, I have collector tendencies. You'll see that with the Murakami stuff. That's coming to an end. But I do buy my handbags to use them, to wear them, to love them, for them to fulfill their handbag destiny. This has never been used. In my defence, number of reasons. Haven't had it very long. And I'd say the red is harder to style than, for example, the multicolour. This multicolour is so easy to style. If anyone wonders, it's so much easier than I thought. As long as you wear quite plain on one colour, it will put this, all the white will go with practically everything, as long as you're not wearing anything too busy. Actually looks great against browns and things as well. Fabulous. The red, not so easy, but I think, you know, anything plain, so jeans and a white tee, or an all brown outfit, or an all red outfit. But actually, I also think against this also goes really well. So this is the Speedy 20, which I think is a wonderful size, and I think where there are some restrictions with the Nano, look at, there's a size comparison, I think no such restrictions for this, especially for me. I tend to travel quite light. I think even my umbrella will fit in this, my sunglasses, any makeup, phones. So I'm probably going to wear her for the first time ever on Tuesday next week. I may even wear this as well. Let's see. I think that goes quite nicely. I don't want to go too matchy, like I'm wearing brown, I'm wearing red. I want to sort of be a bit more casual, but nothing too busy. So I may well use her on Tuesday. And we're going to collect your present. Yes, we are. So that might be what I do then. But yeah, this has actually never been worn to date. But it's the only bag in my collection I could say that about. Some haven't been out very much at all. Like this one. I just feel this is more my style at the moment. I think I'm just a bit more casual than I used to be. So that is that. The next one, now this I struggle to think about. Most critiqued. What is my most critiqued handbag? And I think my first thought was one that I no longer have, that I sold on because it just didn't work out for me, and that was the Cusson MM in the colour khaki. Gorgeous empreinte lambskin, stunning bag, but it was quite, at the time they only had it in the MM size. I think in PM it may have worked for me. It's only an MM, and it was almost like quite a big bag, and I'm not a massive person, I'm only 5'3", a smidge. It was quite a big bag, but didn't hold enough but almost hold more than daily essentials, but didn't hold my laptop. So it was again in that medium-sized bag thing that didn't work, but it was quite a big bag for how little it held with the 3 compartments. If you're looking into that bag, it's beautiful, it's comfortable to wear, but do have some good thoughts about the sizing and experiment. Don't overestimate how much it can hold. And other than that, I would say almost basically any Hermes bag I own, absolutely any Hermes bag I own will be criticised. Either people that are jealous because they can't get one, because I do have some quota bags, I bought a lot pre-loved, or people that don't understand Hermes, or people that some people just don't like them and think they're granified. For example, the Kelly is granified. I adore the Kelly, always have done. So yeah, Hermes generally, the price point, all of that gets a lot of judgment and critique. But actually, from going on pure looks, probably the one that divides people more, a real Marmite bag, I think love it or hate it, more recently acquired, so this year, this has been a year, is this one. So this is my fashion show Noe trunk bag in the reverse monogram, and I adore reverse monogram, and I think this is one of the things that divides people the most, the fact that it's reverse. I love reverse. So yeah, so this is probably my most critiqued or divides people the most. I mean, no one's ever walked up to me and gone, God, I hate your handbag. People don't tend to do that, but I think this is probably the one that divides people more than, for example, this ever has. This is the only critique you normally hear about this is they're so common and they're so faked. But as a bag, it's fabulous. And a more reasonable price point to a lot. So again, it doesn't get as much judgment on that basis. So I would say that, yeah, probably this one. But I mean, I love it. I love this chain detail. It's also got a plain black crossbody strap. I love the trunk detailing of these corners. For me, this just really said something. And I like there's still some structure, but it's slouchy. So, and I open it up. You can see I've got the strap in there, but you can see, that's my point, you can see. I've not got stuff lost in the corners that I can't get to. So it's not too rummagey, and it's big enough I can put a pouch in if I want to. I can even attach a mini pochette, for example, to a D-ring. So if I want some things that I've got on the mini pochette for easy access, like a card holder or something, I can just grab it out and it's there. So it'd be good if I had a little slip pocket somewhere inside. That's my only criticism. But apart from that, I really like it, but more than Marmite bag. And then the last one, my most complimented. Now this also took a bit of thought because a lot of people are very generous, they're very kind, and they compliment my Rose Poupre Birkin 30. It's a beautiful bag, a bit like the Murakami stuff, it just brings joy. Whenever I wear that bag, I just walk along the road with a stupid little smile on my face, and I don't care. I don't care that I'm grinning to myself just because my bag is pretty. Again, the colour Rose Poupre is another one of those colours that surprisingly goes with lots, so I thought about that one. I thought about my blue Hydra Kelly 35. So again, you can see Hermes divides people more. You know, potentially my most critiqued, but also my most complimented. In the end, I made this choice, and I will explain why. I know, right? So this is my a la carte or special order Hermes Kelly 25. She is in the Chèvre Mysore leather. She has this gorgeous hardware. Perimenopause brain fog victim, which is permabrass. There we go. Permabrass hardware. She is in the colour Nata with one of my other colours, favourite colours of all time, Gris Tourterelle, with Gris Asphalt stitching. So she is stunning. She has great sentimental value to me because of the whole experience, and of being asked by Hermes and invited to do this was an amazing opportunity, one that I didn't take lightly, and I enjoyed every second of it. Not the waiting time for it to be produced much, but that wasn't bad, and I was quite happy because it gave me time to save up. But absolutely adore this bag, and for for me, this was really much complimented. I went to an event a little while ago. So Claire Chanel ran an event for her founded company, Rue Sloane, in combination with Luxury Promise at the Luxury Promise headquarters in London. It's a fantastic invite-only event. Gorgeous, met some fantastic people there. And I had so many compliments there. And the reason that meant so much as well was because it was from the luxury handbag community. You know, people that were there appreciate luxury. And I think when you've got a lot of people, you know, one of the ladies at Luxury Promise was like, oh, can I take a picture of you with the bag, you know? So it was very much, she was more popular than me. So I think it was absolutely fantastic. And that is what made me think, yes, you know what, I'm going to put her in this point. And also I went for Kelly 25 because it's day to evening bag, holds enough, doesn't hold too much. I went for Cellier just because I've always loved the Cellier, and I had Retourné already in terms of my 28. So, I mean, stunning. So this is my most complimented bag. So I want to say a massive thank you once again to Deborah at Wild Unfiltered for tagging me, because I love these videos where it really forces me to think about my collection and to take stock and to, you know, just reevaluate how I feel about my collection as well, because it's one of those things, you know, our styles are often constantly evolving, our tastes, our lifestyles. So it's really nice to just think about the collection again and, you know, are there some items that I think should move on? I'm not a big seller. I tend to hold on to my items for quite a while, and sometimes it can take me sort of 2 years to decide to move on with the bag, because I still like everything that I own. It's just a case of sometimes justifying it sat in the cupboard and I'm not reaching for it as frequently as I should. And especially at the moment where I have bought quite a lot this year because of Murakami. If it wasn't for Murakami, it would have just been this bag. But Murakami has but we're nearly there now. There's one more I would like, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm very grateful for what I've got. So that's it. Thank you to Deborah. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe. If there's anything particular you want to see, then let me know. There are some videos that should have gone out before this one, but I got excited with the tag, so I'm going to just edit and get this up almost immediately. So we're out of order, but never mind. Who cares? Handbags are handbags at any time. Right, I'm going to go. I'm incredibly hot already. It's been I think it's about 34 degrees today in the southeast. So this hot and sweaty mess is going to go and cook some dinner. Do take care, everybody, and I'll hopefully see you very soon for another video. Bye.